Very warmly welcome back to another Bannerlord Mountain Blade online MMO stream. And well, nothing that exciting happening, but I am going to log in on my different characters. You're allowed to have up to 3 characters now on your account. And once you're in the game, if you go to the tavern, which looks like this, quite empty at this time of day, there is a board somewhere on the wall next to the barman here, and it will have 5 different quests, and they are renewed every 24 hours. For me, it's at 4 o'clock a.m. European time, or Central European time. And what you want to do is check whether you have a 45 influence quest or not available. Best case, you do have one. If you don't, well, you might like to do it with 20 to 30 influence, better than nothing, right? But if you have a bit of time and if you're really trying to grind up your clan, because influence is used to increase the level or tier of your clan, well, then maybe you want to take a round around the map and check out the different taverns in the realm and see if you are lucky enough to find a couple of different 45 influence quests. So since I have down here in the right corner it says 96 influence, so I suppose I've done 2 45 influence quests for today. I will pop into town surroundings and grab a few recruits so I fill up my army to full size. The larger your army is, the less speed you have on the world map, so there is a disadvantage of having a large army, but I figure I might as well level up as many of these recruits that I hire as possible. So there we go, my army is full. Another thing is that actually for some reason a single player started his own clan, kind of like me, and then he decided to declare war on our clan. I don't know why, because he wanted to fight other. But there is no cost, there is no downside except that we could attack him, but he was looking for a fight. So anyway, I have changed out a bit of my equipment so that I have as many patron items as possible on me. They might not be the best in the game, but still I can't lose them. And I downgraded to a couple of cheaper weapons. They will be good enough for what I am doing, a couple of influence quests and attacking a couple of looters. And if I happen to stumble upon a human enemy, in case I lose that combat, well, if I'm a bit unlucky and a weapon drops and he captures it, it's not going to be a very expensive one. So there we go. My army is not very good. Alright. So he even though I might have the superior numbers, he could very well defeat me in case he has higher quality troops. I have very little PvP experience in the mod, but I have been watching a few combats, and it generally is about your hero running around and basically lancing the opponents, well, first trying to snipe the opponent captain, i.e. the human player, the leader of the army. And once he's out of the picture, you basically can, if you're a skilled player with high skills and experience, you can basically kill off the rest of the NPCs of the army. So it doesn't seem that exciting to me, to be honest. I would much more prefer to move your troops around and have them decide the battle, kind of more of a strategy game than an actual FPS hero game. So I would prefer a bit of a change towards that direction before I start a PvP. And also, why not use this development time of the mod to kind of flesh out your character and his skills and improve your clan and stuff like that, instead of constantly PvPing. It's your choice. You can do whatever you want. There's nothing wrong either way. So we're now heading up to Omar, which I think is a capital of the blue culture, which are the Sturgians, which are kind of the Viking culture. Don't be offended if they're not Vikings per se, but they are Northmen, live in the snow. All right, and we're going to the tavern, and we're checking the board. Here's Oakenlix. Hello. Oh, he wants to trade. I don't want to trade with you. Hello, I write. There's no in-game voice, so I'm just gonna check the. There is no 45 influence. I search. Never mind. Took you for someone else. Safe travels. I write to Oakenlix. Safe travels. All right. Bye bye. Okay, so I'm not gonna examine more of. I could. Ove, the village of Ove has a. Oh, now they have a price of 200 for wood, but it's almost all gone now. All right, so we're gonna head over to the Batanian for culture, and there's a huge distance here where there really isn't any towns, so you have to walk all the way over here to Sionon, with nothing much to do. But if house of scoring, I just realized something, that many of the Sturgian clans, they actually have blue banners, which makes sense, of course. All right. So if we find a looter army of a decent size, we'll try to grab that on the way. But I'm not gonna chase these armies, enemy armies, off a different direction. So the way I'm reasoning it is, if I were to stick around in a place on the map where there's a bunch of these 40 plus size looter armies, yeah, I could do that and grab them, kill them, grab a new one, and rinse and repeat and grind it that way. But I might also, it's a bit slower because I don't find as many, but I do get a chance to get those high influence quests while traveling to different cultures like this. And of course, I'm very slow because I'm moving through snow, forest. It's not nighttime, surprisingly enough. But it is slow going. Okay, here's a looter army of 44. So, oh, he's running away to the north. So I think I mentioned in my tutorial for, excuse me, for clans about influence. Oh, here's a 45. Let's grab him. As you can see, I have a very good view distance, 24, which is the maximum in the game, so I can see very far on the map, and that allows me to kind of plan and strategize regarding my route to different. I also will see enemy players in case I'm in war earlier as well, which is an advantage. It's a bit weird. I can't see the player. I see someone is attacking 5 armies. Okay, will I now grab how many? Okay, wait. How many of those looter armies would I grab? 3. Now that's a bit much. I would defeat them, but I would suffer a lot of losses. They're stuck up against this mountainside here. I only want to fight 1 at the maximum, 2 of them, because I'm a bit of a coward, craven. I am a sellsword after all. I'm here to make money, not die. There's no honor. There's no gold in dying. There might be honor. Alright, so... yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. That was a shame. I would have fought 2 of them, not 3 though. And splitting them up and maneuvering them so that you only get 2, it would have taken too long. So what was I saying? Alright, so let's examine my Hello, modifying arg. Do I know you? Are you playing? Are you playing the mod? Hello. I don't know your nickname from Bannerlord Online, modify arg. But if you don't play, and if you own Mountain Blade, download the mod and try it out. It's great fun. First time chat from viewer. Okay, yeah, I don't recognize this tag modify Ari. I really need a better nickname. Anywho, so here we have 30 looters. Let's try to catch up to them. We can see they have a speed of 2.1, which is, they're actually running faster than I am, but they will get tired when I chase them. Oh, here's a 43 stack. We can grab that instead. And as I said in my influence tutorial, clan tutorial, for every 20 enemies you defeat, you get 1 influence point from fighting, killing enemies. So defeating a 40 plus stack will give you 2 influence now, which is a great little extra influence bonus for like daily repeatable quest. I think the maximum limit is 75 per day, but that's quite a few battles for you to fight before you're up to 75 influence gained. Okay, so it seems I'm gonna grab a couple of let's see how many of these I grab now. This might be a disaster. Oh, I grabbed all 3 of them. Okay, let's do our best. This will be a bit exciting because there's gonna be a whole lot of them. Yeah, I'll place the infantry down there, and I have the archers shooting over the head of my infantry detachment. Are they? Maybe I'll place them. There we go. Okay, now. It's quite important. Oops, look at that. That's a huge amount of peasants rushing my position. It would be nice if I could manage to lure quite a few of them away. But instead I take a huge stab to the face. Oh, this is not gonna be good. It's a lot of red, way too much red over there. There's not much I can do. I simply, oh, they killed all the infantry and they're way into the arch. Okay, this was a huge mistake. I overestimated. I was thinking that one would run away, but I made a mistake. So this is gonna be expensive. Now, luckily, all those red, they're not gonna die. Only like a 1/4 of them, statistically, are going to permanently die. But that was costly. I lost... Did I lose 35 units? I think so. And 11 died. And I get a second battle. And my cat just pulled the plug on the monitor, so I couldn't see what was going on. Now, 11 losses. That's not great at all. Yeah, 11 dead. 4 of them were recruits, but that means I lost 7 good troops. And that's... Wow, that wasn't a good thing to do. Don't do that. Don't be like me. So now you can see I had 35 wounded troops. So they will come back, but out of my 110, only 99 are alive, so I lost 11 permanently. But I get to upgrade a lot of the troops. I get to upgrade a couple of archers, a couple of infantrymen, and the recruits I can decide whether they should be melee infantrymen or imperial archers ranged. So I'll make them infantrymen. So that comes out to 2,000. So of course, by fighting a bigger battle, I got more experience from my troops and I could level up more. But that was a loss. That was a mistake. So let's check the Botanian Tavern. And oh, no 45 influence quest here either. So now I think there's a very small chance that Maranuth. We're heading south in any case. So we might as well check Marunath out. But I still haven't really understood 45. I was thinking there was the same 45 quest for each culture. So like the Botanian culture will have bandit hideout quest. That would be 45, whichever town you go to. Just reading the chat here. May God have mercy on your poor soul. Won't join the DP clan. Who can receive me? That was actually 4 stacks of loot. Oh yeah, there was a small one with 8. Yeah, there were 3 large and 1 small. That's right. As always, there's a lot of drama going on in the global chat. It's every day it's the same. I might as well turn it off because it's incredibly uninteresting if you ask me. Now you might ask yourself, if you play this game, you might ask yourself, why am I running Imperial troops? Aren't they like the worst? Oh my god, you should be running other cultures troops because they're so much weaker, stronger, better. Well, the thing is, I'm doing this to gather influence. I'm doing this to gather experience for my skills, a bit of money. I'm not really doing this to build the world's strongest player army and fight other players, so I'm not out after the meta. I think these green guys, the Botanians, they have the Folksmen, which are the two-hand sword kind of guys in the game, and they're supposed to be one of the best infantry units in the game, so I should recruit them and level them up. But that's not what I'm after here. I am looking for influence and a bit of skill. Yeah, no 45 quests, so we'll keep on our trek to the south, down to Saragot, which is a town in the Vlandian culture. So yeah, this allows me to sell off these troops in the imperial parts of the world to the guard commander, and the blue, purple, and I don't know what this color is, another purple color. So the entire central part of the map consists of empire, but it's split up into 3 different: western, northern, southern, whatever. But it's the larger part of the map, so it allows me to sell troops in more cities. And since I'm kind of fringing around the border of the empire, just visiting other cultures for daily influence, I'm usually sticking inside, and I am based in Sionica, which has the best market, and it's an imperial town, and it has a storage facility where I can store items. So that's the only reason I'm doing imperial troops. It's just easier. Right, we could grab this 143 for once. Get a single stack. Here's a green clan called the Coinlach, and obviously they're Botanian because they're green, so they're forest dwellers. They seem quite a cool bunch of guys. They're not very aggressive, they're not being totally rude and aggressive in chat, so you know, I have a good feeling about the Botanian clans. I would consider myself friendly with them. There might be exceptions. Okay, we grab a single 43. This should be easy mode for once. Okay, I have 1 infantry, the rest are archers, because the others are wounded and can't participate in the battle. Now this character is not a pole arm shield character. So why am I playing with these weapon setup? Well, first, oops, small tree, hard to pass. First off, I was getting tired of grinding the same weapon skills. It's a bit of change, trying something new out. And second, it's that war with the risk of being attacked, even though it's very small, the risk. This is the only way kind of to kill off another player's army, as far as I understand. Poking them with a long stick and hiding behind a huge shield. It's a bit of a boring meta, if you ask me. I would like for human PvP to have other viable strategies than having long-range crossbow and just doing this soloing lancing. Hello, kitty. But that's the way it is for now, so I'm trying it out. So let's say he catches up to me, attacks me, I'll try to kill him, or maybe even not, and then just hide behind my huge shield and poke at the enemy. So I'm trying this out, and it's... I mean, I love the combat of this game, the mod. That's why I'm playing it, so it's great. But riding in a circle like this, it's kind of full retard. Now I'm just gonna pull them down to the archers and let them finish them off. You could hear someone. One of these guys blocked my lance. Yeah, that's a good block, using a really small hammer to block a lance on a horse. But anyways, gross. Okay, I got a hit. You know, I should probably run away, get some speed, come back, lance into the face. This is not very exciting stuff, I get that, but I got 2 influence, as you can see down in the left corner of the screen, and got a bit of money, let's keep on trucking to Sargot. Did we get to upgrade any troops? Nope. Now, what I enjoy the most, I guess, is when you hook up with a couple of other players, friends, clanmates, and you go and you play versus large enemy NPC armies like in the Frostlands or the Wildlands. And it actually matters a bit how you position your own troops. Maybe one guy sends his troops to the flank and fires arrows from, you know, from behind the shields of the enemies, or the flank at least. Now, I'm not going to go in and get dragged into 3 different stacks here. It's usually a lot easier to pick out the single stack and grab it. So I wish there was more content like that in the game. It would also be fun to have more quests like the clan creation quest, where you go into a castle and there's basically waves of like a dozen difficult AI soldiers. It's quite challenging. If you could do group quests like that, it would be more like a regular MMORPG that you play, like, let's say, World of Warcraft. That's the one I know the best. Something like that. And do group quests, but the developers are focused on other sorts of content. I guess you can put in PvE content that lasts, the features, crafting, economy, and that is where you have to start out. So that's what they're focusing on at the moment. So this is what you're stuck with, grinding stacks of mindless AI that just rushes your archers. So Sargot is of the Vlandian culture, which is kind of Frankish, Western European, knight, Norman, regular medieval culture. It's pretty cool. but they have crossbowmen that are considered, I'd say, the best basic ranged unit of the game. They have large shields, they're decent in melee, the longest range, not the fastest rate of fire, and they're very easy to grind to level up because they get their ranged weapon early in their progression scale, their development cycle. So if you're new to the game and you want to sell troops or have a good basic unit, go to Vlandia, recruit crossbowmen, level them up, and you have a very good strong army. And you can sell them easily, they're very popular. So let's check out the tavern and hope the quest board, daily quest board. Oh yeah, it says daily quest board. Yes, we get a 45 influence quest, but it's a bandits oppressors quest. That is a group quest. So I can only get and do this. Well, I can only get this if I am in a group, and I'm not. I can do it solo alone, but I can't get the quest from the thief. This guy over here. So I have to skip that. The Vlandian culture didn't give me a 45 influence quest today either. We might as well pop down to Charas. It's kind of on the way to Kuyas, where we're heading, where our clan hall is, where we're gonna drop off these 100 influence. No, we should grab this 40 stack here. I don't mind if that's 16 tags along. And these green ones, the green and black ones called forest bandits, they won't mix with their with the looters. So he wonders if there are any Japanese players here. I don't know. There's a lot of Chinese players. Okay, that was a single 40 stack of. This is gonna be easy. It says fails miserably. I am a bit surprised the lance doesn't do an incredible amount of damage. Well, it one-shots, but compared to throwing weapons, compared to some two-handed weapons, these damage outputs aren't that spectacular. So, well, you wonder, what does it matter? You one-shot them most of the time, right? Yes, but considering if you're fighting a very heavily armored enemy, what would you one-shot them even with a good hit? That one-shots these guys. They have no armor. My poor infantry line is so small and tiny. So it's some throwing javelins. There we go. So it's a pretty decent lance I'm using. It might not be the best one in the game, but it's definitely not the worst one. It's called the... Oh, it is. It is the worst lance. It's the light lance. It's a weapon tier 2 lance. It does 29 pierce damage. But obviously you can see the damage numbers are much higher. That is dependent on the horse's speed, well, and the opponent's speed. If he turns and faces and runs against you, you get 2 speed bonuses, and the number can obviously go a lot higher than 29. Long infantry spear. This does 26 pierce, so it has worse pierce damage. Because that's it is a tier 2. It is just a little bit longer. Otherwise they're very similar. Long infantry spear. Don't know where I found that. 4 roses. 4 roses, that's a new clan. I never heard of them. Or a clan, an old clan that changed their name. That could be it. So modify ARG. What do you think about the mod? Does it look exciting to you? Do you play it? It's a bit grindy, but it's perfect to have a bit of a afternoon coffee, hang out in the game. What I do often do when I don't stream is I actually listen to podcasts and ebooks, etc. And that is my main activity, and I basically play semi AFK like this, and so I'm more playing while I watch YouTube videos than the other way around. So I don't mind it being a bit slow. And that was my cat. Someone else has cats. Oh, look, we got another 45. Well, it's the Bandit Oppressor quest again. So my theory that the Valandian culture cities, they all give Bandit Oppressor quests of 45. That is true. Both Charas and Sargot has that. So we might as well pop down into Quyas, and if we're really lucky now, we're gonna get a 45 influence quest in the Aserai culture. Aserai culture is these yellow guys down here. I haven't been to their culture and visited one of these towns yet. We probably should pop into Ortusia here and restock our army and have a chance at selling off a couple of troops to the guard commander. Someone else declared war on the clan Four Roses. Since do you want to check out the Four Roses clan? The Four Roses. Oh, it's just Four Roses. Delirium, Zero, and Ghosty. I don't know these guys. It's a brand new clan, and it only has 3 members. They're at war with Go-Turks and Nefarious Knights. I guess this Delirium guy is maybe he's like known an old time player. I don't know. Oh, Ghosty wasn't happy about that declaration of war. Yeah, politics, diplomacy, that's outside my scope. I would actually love to have a player in my clan that is active with diplomacy and has played and likes to recruit and set up informal alliances. It would be so great, because I just don't know enough people. I haven't played it long enough, and I don't have the time, energy, or want to put in the effort to do all that. It's really needed if you're gonna play this game in a clan, but unfortunately it's not for me. Okay, maybe we can grab this 41 stack before we enter Ortusia. Another thing that's interesting with Ortusia is it used to be the Southern Coalition, a group of clans. They used to consider this their own kind of hunting grounds, their own territory, meaning that if you were there and just killing NPCs, there are millions of NPCs in the game, so who cares really, right? But they used to be territorial, and if you started to grind around here, they would declare war and attack you, because it was their lands. That was a couple of updates and a couple of events and changes of the landscape of the mod ago. So these days I don't think that's quite as valid anymore. But if you're in a clan and if you're not friends with the Southern Coalition, you might avoid doing too many quests around Ortusia. So I'm a bit careful around here. I do think there is enough other exciting PvP stuff to do at the moment now, so just hanging around here policing and harassing passerbys here, there's probably more interesting to do for invested PvP players. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I by no means claim to be an expert in these matters. And another weird thing is that in the Azerite culture, for some reason, there are no enemy NPCs like these small stacks running around here. There are none. It's just empty. I don't know why the developers choose to have it that way. There might be a reason for it, or not. Kind of curious. Okay, so we can check the tavern. It's really quick. But there shouldn't be a 45 quest. No, there isn't 28 influence quests that we could do as the last one of today. Or do I have 2 left? What we're doing here is we're checking in with the guard commander. Does he want to hire troops from my army? Yeah! And getting a couple of new recruits. So the guard commander, he's always to the right inside the gate when you enter a new town. He wants veteran infantryman. He's willing to pay 14,000. How many do I have? 11. Yeah, I'm actually gonna. That's quite cheap, but I'm gonna sell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did okay, and now he wants 2 Imperial crossbowmen. That's not enough money. I'm not gonna give him that. Train infantrymen? No, I don't want to sell that. And now we need to replenish those troops, elite troops, that we sold off. Go! Yeah, and I might as well hire recruits, the cheapest. Okay. No, we need 8 more soldiers. Jeez, I lost a lot. Let's go down to the harbor, see if we can find some salty sailors to recruit. Here we have 2 salty sailors. I grab these archers. 2 more recruits. Yeah, I've seen suggestions that you would be allowed to just go to one location, so you don't have to do this. Let's say you have to recruit 100 new troops. That it would be kind of annoying, right? Okay, our army is full. This is not how it works in the base game, I believe. In the base game, you enter a menu when you pop into town, correct? Whereas in the mod, you have to run around and recruit them. Okay. There will be nothing now until we get down to Koyas. So go have a glass of water, stretch, move your neck, feed your dog, walk your mom, whatever. Take a break. I'll tab out and I'll be back in just a short while once you reach down here. One second, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're finally inside Koya's protective green circle zone, where no other players can attack us. And now you'll be able to visit our beautiful clan hall that we placed here in my own infinite wisdom. First we'll visit the tavern, and we're really hoping to get a 45 influence quest from the Ezrai daily quest board here. We did! The Echo of War. Ah, that's great. That is a bandit hideout, quite easy. And you get it from the barman. You ask him for business, looking for work. And he gives you either money or 45 influence. So we'll do that. And just by chance I happen to know where the possible locations are. The one is over here, between the village and the castle of Tubilis. So we'll check that spot out first. And as you can see, there are no NPC enemies down here. Oh, another Sellsword clan. Drage Sellswords. They're quite new. Sure, they have more members than we do. I don't know what a Drage is. Is that a player, or it's not a town in game. Encyclopedia DRH Drage. There is no Drage in the game. Mysterious. Now influence that works, if you have more than 150, each day you're gonna lose 10. So there's a leak or tax, I guess, if you have too much influence running around. And when you hit 300 influence, you're gonna lose 20 per day. So the tax or the influence leak doubles to 20 per day. So you want to donate to your clan before you hit 150 preferably, or at least before 300, so you don't lose 20 per day. And the maximum you can store is 500. If you do influence quest after 500, it won't stockpile into your influence pool. So you definitely want to donate or deposit the influence to your clan before that happens. My advice is, if you don't have a lot of time to play that day, just go log into the game, do 3 influence quests in the town where you're at, the easiest ones. That should take you about 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll grab, say, 60 to 90 influence, maybe even more if you're lucky, and donate it to your clan. It's a nice thing to do if you like to contribute. Okay, we're approaching the second spot of possible hideout locations for Koyas. It's not down here, so I hope I didn't miss it, and I hope it's on the third location, which is around about here. Here is a tournament grounds where you can fight other players in practice mode, meaning you don't lose anything ever. It's just a practice battle, which is a nice feature. I have not indulged in that activity a lot, I must admit. That's not something I've been doing a lot at all. And these practice grounds seems to be empty at this time of day. And as you can see, doing hideout quests from Koyas, visiting all these 3 locations, here it is quite a bit a longer turnaround to visit all these 3 locations than doing hideouts from Sionica, which only has 2 locations that are much closer. And if you do it once, sure, that's fine. But if you tend to repeat your hideout scouting quests, it's way better to do it from Sionica if you can. Let's pick a couple of archers and a couple of infantrymen to put in the front. So I usually just put my infantry up ahead in front and let the archers stay behind and shoot over the shoulders of them. This shouldn't be too hard because of my gear, troops I bring with me. It's basically routine at my level. Although for a new player, I'm not saying this is a given to finish off these quests. You can have fewer soldiers with you, so bring with you a couple of good fighters. And well, it's certainly not impossible, but don't feel bad if you fail a couple if you're new to the game, because it's not super easy. I mean, after all, you have to fight 8, 10, even 12 guys with your own 3-4 soldiers and yourself. And these looters, if they do hit you, it hurts. Even if you have very good armor, it hurts. So it's not a super easy game. But that's good, right? We want a challenge. Okay, so very good. Yeah, it took some time, but we got some looter grinding. We get to see a little bit of the map, get to stretch our legs. It would be cool if you had some journey traveling distance XP and some skill for that. Like the more you travel around the world, the more experience you get. Don't know how that would work, but I mean, the world is nice with all these different cultures, and I like traveling around. But at the moment, on the map, at least in this mod, there isn't a lot to discover. Like, it won't happen anything random that pops up. It's quite repetitive. And that is me not having played the base game a lot. I imagine it happens a bit more stuff with quests and, you know, pop-up stuff in new places where you visit. Okay, so we revisit the tavern. We turn in the hideout quest. Regarding the current task, they're gone. And now we pick influence here instead of gold. And we'll get 45 more influence. And once that is done, we can visit the clan hall. And what you do here is you talk to Boris. Every clan has a Boris in the corner here. And you donate some influence. There we go. And usually what I do is just dump off everything in the clan treasury here. There you go. And this guy, I tried to sell. Okay, So we could sell off all these trash items so they don't take up room in the clan inventory. Okay. You know, I can show you the antique trader. The antique trader is a guy who sells supposedly rare and uncommon items for ancient coins and cups that you find in the desert, fighting desert bandits. The first PvP zone of the game. But you have to do a quest to unlock him, so he appears. And here he is, the antique master. And this hour, he's selling excellent brass bracers for 6 cups. That would be around, I don't know, 50,000. It's green, so it's considered a good offer, but it's not. No one would buy those for even half the price he's asking. So it's a little borked, this. They would need to readjust this guy, the antique master. But he occasionally sells noble troops, the elite troops of the game. So I guess people use him for that purpose. I do not indulge in antique master gambling at this time. I don't see the worth of it, because I'm not running noble troops. Alright, it's been almost an hour, but we dumped off all our influence, we gained a little bit of money, gained a little bit of experience, we contributed to the clan. So I will take a short break, but I will be back just a little bit later, and I'll play another character and do the same exciting stuff all over again. So I hope you enjoyed the stream, and like, subscribe, etc. Do that, and please be back and follow our adventures in Bannerlord online. See you in the next one.